So next is the seriousness or magnitude. So na-discuss kanina kung saan ito sa uses of action. So mag-lead siya into seriousness or magnitude. Then nakafocus din sa ethics, virtue, then excess weight and efficiency. So art aesthetics is a good plot, it's not too exaggerated and not too lousy. So dapat daw ang act is not too excessive, not too lousy, na simple lang siya, makalin siya, makalin sa emotion. So the characters must be serious. So diyan natin makita kung ang act or ang isang act is needed or unique. Then now is his argument, the mimesis of action amounts the plot. So nakikita siya iba. Then a good plot therefore represents an action. It restricts itself to a unified action, even if that means society, characters, and character development. So third is this unity consists the right connections among the parts of the plot, lest the spectator be put off by implausible scenes. Each event must follow the other either by necessity or probability. So last is sense tragedy that represents action contains general truth. So dili ko makita ang ilang gina-act is not just simply an emotion, communication, but it is na nagpapakita mo yan kailangan pinapagkita. So this definition of tragedy. Aristotle defines tragedy as an imitation of an action that is serious, complete, and of certain magnitude. So tragedy is characterized by its ability to evoke feelings of pity and fear in the audience leading to catharsis. So if mag-lead siya ito po catharsis, can evoke emotions, feel of pity, fear. So naghatag siya kung ka ng 6 elements para may balat kung saan na siya makakuhan. So these are the 6 elements: the plot, character, thought, diction, melody, and spectacle. So first is the plot. Aristotle considers the plot to be the most important element of tragedy. It refers to the arrangement of events in the narrative, including the sequence of action and their causal relationships. So a well-constructed plot should have a clear beginning, middle, and end. So nindot yung iyang pagkabuhat sa story. So it's a central conflict that drives the story forward. The plot should be unified with each event contributing to the overall coherence and meaning of the tragedy. So next is the character. Character are the agent of action in tragedy. Aristotle emphasizes the importance of well-developed characters who are consistent, believable, and psychologically complex. So the protagonist or the tragic hero is of particular significance. The tragic hero is typically a person of noble stature and exceptional abilities to experience a reversal of fortune due to a tragic flaw or hamartia. So dili na kita na ito ang character mas may kind of flexible siya sa iyang ginagawa. So next is the thought. Thought refers to the intellectual content of a tragedy, including the themes, ideas, and philosophical insights explored by the playwright. Then Aristotle suggests that tragedy should evoke the thought and stimulate intellectual engagement in the audience. The play may address fundamental questions about human nature, morality, faith, and the meaning of life. The next element is the diction. Diction refers to the choice and use of language in tragedy. It encompasses the style, tone, the rhythm of the dialogue, as well as the use of metaphor, imagery, and other literary devices. Now, according to Aristotle, the importance of using appropriate and elevated language that suits the characters and the dramatic context. The language should be clear, expressive, and aesthetically pleasing. Next element is the melody. It refers to the musical elements of tragedy, including the use of song and instrumental music and rhythm. However, in the context of dramatic performances, it also encompasses the rhythm and musicality of the spoken language. Then Aristotle suggests that
The rhythm and melody of the dialogue should contribute to the overall aesthetic effect of the tragedy, enhancing its emotional impact and dramatic power. So, spectacle. Next element is the spectacle. It refers to the visual elements of the tragedy, including the stagecraft, costumes, scenery, and special effects. But Aristotle acknowledges the importance of spectacle in enhancing the theatrical experience. He considers it the least important of the six elements of work. Kung sa unang elements, mo siya ang kung sa ranking mo siya ang low rank. Then, Aristotle argues that spectacle should serve the dramatic purpose of the play and should not overshadow the other elements, particularly the plot and the character.
Okay, in the television, we all know that elements of the plot brings us a kind of emotion, and this emotion is we call catharsis. When the unified plot and the seriousness of the characters correspond, catharsis takes place. Catharsis literally means cleaning, purgation, clarification. Thus, it is a clarification of emotion can only be achieved through habituation or training. Meaning, this catharsis is when we get this catharsis if we recognize or we realize the whole plot of the story and also the unified elements of the story, which is portrayed by the characters and also the flow of the story. This catharsis meaning it is a kind of emotion that sometimes we get from viewing a story or a film, a kind of enlightenment, and then it makes us realize the whole of the story and recognize the very importance on it in contextualization in our lives. And for Aristotle, it is the moves of pity and fear. And I would like to share to you the examples of these stories, classical Greek tragedy from the book of Aristotle in Poetics. This story, from in the left side, the story of Oedipus, and then Oedipus, this kind of story merged because of this kind of oracle, and then in the end, Oedipus killed his father and experienced a tragic moment in his life. I would like to read to you the story. Summary lang siguro. King Laius, his father, and Queen Jocasta of Thebes are told their son will kill his father and marry his mother. To escape this fate, they abandon their newborn baby named Oedipus on a mountainside. A shepherd finds Oedipus and brings him to the king and queen of Corinth, who raise him as their own. Years later, Oedipus learned of the prophecy and, believing his adopted parents to be his real ones, pleased Corinth to avoid its fulfillment. On the road, he gets into an argument with another man and openly kills him. This man is actually his father, Laius, his biological father. Oedipus continues his journey and arrives in Thebes, the hometown of his father and mother, where he saw a riddle posed by the Sphinx. As a reward, he is named king and unknowingly marries his mother, the Queen Jocasta, his biological mother. And then, years later, a plague strike in the town of Thebes, and Oedipus seeks the cause. Through investigation, the truth about his past and his unwitting crimes are revealed. Upon learning the truth, Jocasta, his biological mother, takes her own life, and Oedipus, in despair and self-punishment, blinds himself. He is in the exile from Thebes. The story, this story explores the very content of faith, destiny, and also the very content of free will, and searching for identity, and also the devastating of one's action, even though those unknowingly. And then in this story, we can find that it touches, it brings us into a kind of emotion that helps us to move in pity and in fear. And this example, this great tragedy story of Oedipus helps us to learn something from what the story tells about because we try to observe the elements is there, and then it is in us now how we can how this story touches us and bring us to a kind of feeling and emotion, into a kind of catharsis. And then the next example will be given by Seminarian Deacon.
Other story is Antigone. So it's the continuation of the story of Oedipus. So there are two brothers, si Polenices and Eutocles, son of Oedipus, who were trying to fight for the throne in Theban. So it means that they are killing each other in a certain battle. And while their uncle, Creon, became a king and declares Eutocles a hero, while Polenices, who attacked Theban, became a traitor and denied a proper burial. Matay mo si Eutocles. So, kaning ate ni Eutocles, which is si Antigone, believes that God's demanded all the dead receive a proper burial. But sad to say, ang kaniyahang kuya, wala na tagaan proper burial, but iyahang isikreto o lubong na tago si Eutocles. So, Antigone is caught, sakpan man siya, and bidala siya kang Creon. And iya yung ipaglaban ang about sa iyang igsuot ng tagaan o proper burial. And then ang consequences po ato si Antigone kay na kuanan po siya, natagaan siya something verdict na mamatay po. Then ni Creon, which is the king. Then so si Creon, si Ismene, kaning sister ni Antigone, he leads also her life, but Antigone really kanang niya ang iyang destiny or ang iyang fate na dito dyan, matay siya. But there's a kanipon nga panghihikabo pagkamatay ni Antigone, mao ni ang time po na ang katong anak ni Creon, which is si Hemon, ang fiancé ni Antigone, nagpakamatay po siya, namatay lang si Antigone. And also, there's a prophet, a blind prophet, na kinaingnan si Antigone na you need to really change, but wala man ni oo si Creon. And sad to say, si Creon left himself, kaya wala naman siya, ang anak, matay, fiancé ni Antigone. And also, pati po ang iyang asawa na si Eurydice, wife of Creon, makamatay po, ay tungkol sa ibalaan niya, namatay ang iyang anak. Then, because of this pride, kaning pride ni Creon, niya kanang nagkuhan sa iya kung wala na siya kanang kauban. So, tungkol sa iyang pride, then, this story explores conflict between human law and natural law, and it also tackles about also loyalty, family, and the dangers of pride and flexibility.
So in conclusion, Wittex for Aristotle focuses on the tragedy. So nakita na ito ganina sa iyahang mga kuwan, sa mga discussion. Then it is an invitation that particular events, as history does, but of universal things and events that might be happening in reality. The unified presentation of a tragedy's plot and the well-versed action of the characters is the qualification of a good drama. This leads viewer to achieve catharsis or the clarification of emotions from the habitual arousing and practice of pity and fear. So, sa nakuhaan ganyan is dito nakita sa mga examples o sa mga works of Aristotle na nakuha is sa katong mga tragedy nga yan ang buhat rin katong sa Oedipus o Antigone is nakahatag siya kanang tragedy, kanang story na nakuha ng mga touch, nakuha ng minaw, bahay na ito niya. That focuses sa iyang poetics is nahulog na sa iyang poetics is siya hapong aesthetics porque diha man diha ang focus mo ng aesthetics is the mimesis of an action. So malanda ang salamat.
Okay. Where are we in the reporting? How many reports? Are we on the Aristotle? Pila na lang ang reports? Pila na lang ang meeting?